Welcome back, everyone. Today is our final day on Utopia of the Seas, and we have a lot to cover. We start off with the Windjammer Breakfast before heading down to the boardwalk, where we cover everything from sports to milkshakes. After that, we head over to Central Park to showcase all of the exclusive dining options you can add onto your trip for an additional cost, and pointing out some of the differences you may not be aware of when sailing on some of the other royal ships. We wrap the night up with our final dinner that includes Nicole's favorite dish of the entire trip before heading over to the Pesky Parrot for one of our favorite mixed drinks we've ever had. Also, if you've ever wondered how wavy these ships can get, then boy, do we have a story for you.
It is our final day on board Utopia of the Seas. Today we are coming over to CocoCay, but first and foremost, we gotta go get some breakfast over at the Windjammer. You can see not a lot of people out here today. Yesterday, there's kind of a lot of people existing out in Central Park, but it looks like we have a little bit of overcast. We'll see more once we get outside. Let's start with a little bit of breakfast. You know, really quickly, just because I haven't talked about it yet, sleeping on their bed, it's decently comfortable. The pillows I actually like quite a bit, like firm enough, but also a little bit of give to them. So, you know, I can't really complain about that. And then the bed itself feels pretty okay. I want to point out though, it is a double like twin bed, because like right in the middle, you can kind of like feel that there's like two beds pushed together. So you don't get like a legit king or whatever. It is two like single beds. So I guess maybe if your partner moves a lot, you might not care that much because then your bed shouldn't be moving as much as theirs, I guess. But either way, you know, I don't mind the beds. They're actually pretty comfortable. Even in the mornings, we're taking the stairs. Make sure to burn some calories while you guys are on board because you're going to be eating and drinking a lot more than you normally would. Completely different vibe from yesterday. This pool isn't even open right now. Nobody's at the other pool over there. Everybody is going to CocoCay today, but there is the overcast we were looking at. Hopefully the storms hold off for us here because it does look like they might be out there. You know, it's kind of interesting. I think right there is the Hideaway Beach, and that is where we are going today. I recall that like little cove. So I wonder if that is where we are headed. I'm almost positive that is it. Also, the towel system is very easy with Royal. So once you rent a towel, it goes onto your like room key or kind of like your room, and then you can just keep exchanging them. So you can always just have fresh, dry towels anytime that you guys need them, which I think is always a nice little perk. So that way you're not like having to rent towels every single day. It's just you rent however many number and then you just swap them in and out. Here we go. Ready for some Windjammer?
What was that?
You ready for some Windjammer?
I am ready for some Windjammer.
Oh, is this a dancer?
Is it cool?
Yeah. All right, let's head in. This is the first time we are doing breakfast here at Windjammer on this cruise. We've just been doing the room service, so it'll be kind of fun and nice to do it this way. But look at these. Those look crazy. Massive pancakes and all the goodies on top. Here's a make your own omelet station over here. Looks like they have all the fixins here. So we have some bacon, a little bit of kind of like some veggies over there, maybe some lettuce, tomato, ham if you want some ham. We have some fried eggs. Looks like this is like the egg booth. Oh yeah, eggs and more. That would make sense. So you've got eggs Benedict. Let's see, hollandaise sauce. Eggs Benedict with spinach, with pork, cheese omelet, and a plain omelet. Ooh, let's get some bacon. Oh, look at these. You have chocolate pancakes and plain pancakes. They were around the corner too. These ones look a little smaller. Over here, it looks like they have some grits, hot milk, oatmeal, so a little oatmeal bar here. More waffles, but I think those are just classic. We have Belgian over here, and then they have French toast as well. Some cinnamon danishes, kind of just a few danishes. Some croissants, muffins, donuts here.
Here is the scrambled eggs. Oh, we have announcements coming. Oh, we got some hash browns, crispy bacon, by the way. I don't think the other one's crispy. I think this one is a little overcooked. If you want it, chicken sausage. If you want just like regular eggs, you can get them too. And then looks like we have like ham and cheese and a few things over here. Obviously, all your fruits as well, and some milk if you guys want some of that. Cereal right here. Oh, they get you real early with the cruise anthem. Now we did go with some waffles and syrup, and then this plate over here we have some eggs, bacon, two different kind of like muffins. They look very like treat style muffins, so we'll see. We wanted to try the other donut and some hash browns, and now Nicole's also picking up some fruit. Also, I love chocolate milk, so I had to pick up a little chocolate milk for myself. All right, we have been trying a little bit of everything to let you guys know. These were very dry. The biscuits very, very dry. The gravy that goes with the biscuits tastes like almost like onion soup. Very, very soupy. But everything here has been kind of mediocre this morning. These were probably my favorite, and the fruit has been kind of just like on point throughout the entire cruise. Chocolate milk was also quite good, so a few things were good, a few things were kind of mediocre. The waffles weren't bad, a little soggy as well, but we did get through all of those already. We're gonna keep on eating here, but I just kind of wanted to update you with kind of how things have been going along the way. We are back in the room after breakfast. One thing I do want to recommend, by the way, is to have kind of a like beach style shoe, or kind of like slippers or whatever, slides, anything like that. Just because when you go out to the water with all the sand, you know, I have like my traditional kind of slides that I like to wear around, but they'll get very sandy and kind of all like messed up. So if you kind of have like a cheap pair, you know, like a $5 pair from like, I don't know, Walmart or whatever. These are refunds. I don't remember where I got these. But if you just pick up like a small cheap pair, it helps out a lot. Also, I want to point out we have a snail today. So this is our newest creation. I don't think we're getting any more at this point. Also, it looks like they used like tissue paper or something here for that piece, which is kind of funny. But yeah, there is our snail. So I think we had like a pig and a snail. I think it's gonna be it now at this point. Now I wanna start with the boardwalk tonight on some options over here. So I wanna cover Playmakers for you guys, show you everything that is available in there. And this is a new location, like I said, I think over on the Allure, I think this was in kind of like the main promenade area. I'm not totally sure, but I thought so. We're gonna check out the hot dogs over there. I'm gonna show you Johnny Rockets. We're gonna go ahead and get a free shake or malt or float with our drink package. And I wanna show you one more thing, which I've never seen before. Now, I don't know if this is always a thing, but it is Sunday evening right now, and they are playing football games here at the Aquatheater on the big screens. So I don't know what they're playing exactly. It looks like they're playing Fox NFL, so whatever game is on Fox, maybe they'll play. I don't know if they cycle through. Over here, it is a different one, though, so we have two different games going, only one audio source coming through, but that's kind of cool. Now, let's go step into Playmakers. So this is pretty cool. This is kind of a sports bar style situation that you got going on here. So if you guys are big into any sports, whenever game day is, this is kind of the place to be. It definitely reminds me of almost like a Fridays, or you know, maybe like a Champs if you guys ever went to Champs. But I'll show you a little bit of the inside here. But I just like the signage, kind of gives you that like feel of like an old school like baseball team jersey with the actual logos and lettering. And I'll show you the menu here as well if you guys want to get a quick glance. So we have some beers up, it's cycling through, but you have the warm-up, so kind of your appetizers, you have wings, some burgers, some desserts down here, and this is an additional restaurant. So there's a lot of included food obviously on cruises, but this would be a separate option for you if you're looking to actually spend some money and get some different food available here on the cruise. You can do it here. Again, you can see we have some football games going on. We have the Raiders and Broncos over here. You know, you have sports memorabilia on the wall here. So again, just a really fun environment in here. We do have some foosball as well, some little games. They do have this racing over here, Dead Heat Unleashed, but it does cost money, and this is $3 per play, and then it kind of goes up from there if you guys want to come and play this, or maybe the kids want to come play a little bit of that. We have some signed jerseys over here from the Eagles, and let's see, some more signed stuff over here. But like I said, this is pretty cool right here. This stuff is all free when it's working. This wasn't working yesterday. Oh, looks like Mario Bros is working today, so you can play. I'll show you quick. Nicole will be playing here.
How do you do anything?
She unfortunately
Nicole's not a play Mario.
got hit by one of the Koopas. They have one of the Galaga kind of multi-arcade options here. I tried to play it yesterday, it wasn't totally working. And you have Defender over here if you guys want to play that. So there's kind of just a few kind of arcade games over here if you're interested. They also have pool, more TVs, more lounge areas. Over here again, more TVs. And like I said, 2 foosball tables here. I was never very good at foosball, to be honest. I think I always just like went and just like spun the knob lever thing, and that was kind of it. Look at me score right here. Easy ball. What were the odds? I wanted to point out, but if you look right here, the sticks don't poke out the other side. I've never seen this before. I feel like this is like a professional. The ball's right here. I feel like the professionals. You see this? My mind is blown. How does that work? I don't know. Oh, you know what? There's probably an over piece, so that's what it is. Interesting. Either way, foosball if you guys want it. So again, if you guys are looking for something fun, a little bit more sports-based, and you want to come catch the game, you don't want to miss it, definitely the place to be. Really cool environment here. And from what I have heard, they have some pretty good food options. I also like that they have like the home plate right here as you are walking in. We are not trying any food today. We have dinner here in like an hour, so I don't want to kind of ruin the appetite there because it is our last night. Plus, very short cruise, so we didn't have a ton of time to do a bunch, but I at least wanted to showcase what you have. Also, another bar in here. Everything works as normal in here. If you have the drink package, you can get alcoholic drinks in here. Something else I want to show you is over here at Johnny Rockets. If you have the refreshment package, which is kind of the middle tier, you actually can come over to Johnny Rockets and get milkshakes and floats. Pretty much any of these options down here except for the beer. So if you want to come in and get, you know, a Diet Coke float, you could do that. If you want a chocolate malt, you could do that. A strawberry milkshake, totally free or included with your refreshment package. So we'll come here and get a shake. It's easy as that. Now, as I sit here at the top, I want to talk a little bit about Johnny Rockets. Johnny Rockets as well is an additional fee if you guys are looking to get lunch or dinner here. One thing I will point out is the breakfast is included. They do kind of like some egg options. I think they do like waffles and pancakes here as well, but it is free for breakfast if you guys want that. But lunch and dinner, you do have to pay if you guys want to eat here. But the shakes and the malts and everything like that, like I said, do still come with your refreshment package. So we actually did a Oreo or cookies and cream malt, so I think that's going to be pretty good. Just as I talk about not ruining our appetite, here I am drinking again, what is this, cookies and cream malt, but you know what, it is good. One thing I do need to point out is the Boardwalk Doghouse, which is a hot dog stand here, does close pretty early. It actually just closed down, so we just missed that, unfortunately. So this closes down at 6 p.m. But I want to point out that you can come over here and get hot dogs. This is included, so you don't have to pay extra here. But you can see what you get. You can get either like a classic or everything on your bun for your dog. You can get the classic hot dog, a chicken and apple sausage, a few different things. You can get some sauerkraut, some onions, coleslaw, potato salad for your sides. Very cool. If you guys are ever interested, definitely come check this out. If you guys like hot dogs, what a great place to get one. And again, it's kind of a fun little like environment back here on the boardwalk to do so. So again, that's pretty much everything here on the boardwalk. We've covered it over the past few days. I think at this point we have shown you everything available here outside. Definitely a little bit nicer now to have things, like I said, like Playmakers out here. I think that's a nice little addition. Also super cool that you can watch some of these sport games there at the Aquatheater. I think that's a really nice addition, just to be able to, again, sit down, watch something on the big screen, especially if you're a sports fanatic. Great little thing back there. Either way, I want to show you a few more things now that we are kind of moving about the ship before we do go over to dinner. Now, if you guys have the drink package, the middle tier, which again is the refreshment package, over here at the Cafe Promenade, they proudly serve Starbucks coffee. But you cannot get drinks over at the Starbucks with the refreshment package, but you can get them over here at the Cafe Promenade. And as you can see, you can get a lot of those classic drinks that you typically would get. You can get a Frappuccino, you can get the teas, you can get the lattes, the mochas, the cappuccinos, the Americanos, anything that you are looking for, you can go ahead and grab here. So, though you cannot order from the actual Starbucks, again, they say that they use Starbucks here. It comes in a Starbucks, mug or glass here. So I don't know if it is or isn't. It does taste a little bitter in my opinion. I don't drink a lot of Starbucks though, but if you guys have the refreshment package, you can get them here, and it's open pretty late. So just keep that in mind, but you cannot use it over at the actual Starbucks in the Promenade, but you can use it over here. Another thing I'd actually like to point out over here, so at the Cafe Promenade, though the specialty beverages are not served all night, the kind of like snack station over here to the right is. And they are open pretty much 24/7. I think it might be the only food option that is 24/7. Some of their options are okay. I feel like they typically offer fruit all night, so that's at least something you can come get. But they got a lot of like sweet treats. So you can see here we have a red velvet and a coffee cheesecake. But also, just so you guys can see it, this is the caramel frappuccino. So again, it looks pretty legit. I do think they taste a little bit more bitter than normal though. I feel like it doesn't taste exactly like Starbucks. Again, they say it is. I just want to kind of preface and let you guys know that I don't think it tastes like a Starbucks, but I also haven't tried the other Starbucks on the ship, so it could be the same flavor. Now, something else I want to show you guys would be Central Park. We haven't really explored it much here on this cruise. We took a kind of lap through here last time. There's a number of restaurants and things here, so I'll show you what they have available. A lot of additional paid restaurants. Something I also want to point out, you can actually do these like additional restaurants here. You could do like a package with them. So if you want to be eating kind of a unique dining, you guys can add that on. So you have over here Azumi, which is a hibachi and sushi place. Kind of around the corner, you have the Collection, which is probably like some high-end jewelry, it kind of looks like. Funny enough, I think our room is like right over there. It's one of those there on the wall. They have some nice little seating areas around here if you guys are looking for something like that as well. We'll kind of continue forward. They do also have, if you guys have heard of the Giovanni Steakhouse, that is out here. Some fun sculptures along the way. Again, real nice grass here too. I believe this is all real. I think they take care of it. It's not fake. So I think there's little signs around. You can see what it is. But it's a really nice walk through here, very relaxing. It's just kind of a different vibe as you're hanging out here. If you just want to come relax outside, but you don't want to be in the hustle and bustle, highly recommend coming out here to Central Park. Now again, Azumi comes all the way down here, so it is quite the stretch along this side of the ship here. But also, I don't know if you thought that was music playing over the speakers, but it is actually live music. They do it out here sometimes. Very good and relaxing environment. Over here in Central Park, they have the Park Cafe. This is kind of a lot like that Cafe Promenade underneath us right now in the actual promenade itself. But I think they do a little bit of a better job here. There's like kind of, I think there's like deli sandwiches sometimes. You can kind of like make your own sandwiches and salads and things like that. It's pretty nice, but it is only open for breakfast and lunch, so just a few hours a day. It does close at 5 if you guys are looking to check it out. You got to come before 5 if you want lunch, and then breakfast, you got to be here nice and early. But a decent amount of seating. It goes all the way down there over on the outside. A lot of outdoor seating too. Again, a nice relaxing environment if you guys want to try something like this. Highly recommend Park Cafe, by the way. It is very, very good when you're looking for kind of that quick hit meal versus something like a Cafe Promenade. I don't love the stuff from there. It's okay, but I feel like if you can, check this out first. They also have a bar out here inside of Central Park, and something that is beautiful looking. Take a look at this. All of the vines and greenery that line this wall here. I believe it is all real. really brings this place to life. It's so nice looking, and it is on both sides. As you can see, it goes up the entire length of almost the inside of the ship here. This is the iconic Chops Grill. I feel like this has been around for quite a while, and people love their steaks here. If this is something you're looking forward to, again, it is an additional charge, but it is delicious from everything that I've heard. I have not personally done it myself. I'd like to at one point when we go on our next Royal Caribbean cruise, which I don't know when it will be, but I would like to try more of these specialty restaurants. Here is a look at some of the menu items if you guys are looking, so you can get a few different types of fillets, some strips, some ribeyes. There are some of your starters there. There you go. These are some of the signs I was telling you about. So you have the sword fern and the Boston fern here. It tells you a little bit about them and all of the green that is over here and kind of what to expect. Very nice little touch. This is the bar that you see floating up and down on the Royal Caribbean ships that have it, and it actually comes up here and stops at Central Park. And I think you can actually get on and off. I've seen people come in and out the doors over there. There's another one over there. There's an exit sign up top there, so I think you can actually get off. I think it's a 1 hour trip, round trip, so maybe if you just want to do 30 minutes up, you could stop here, or if you want to 30 minutes down, you could do that. I believe that is the timing. It goes very, very slow. Now let's take a look at this menu very quickly. Again, this one is a little bit more upscale, so it's going to be a little bit different on your menu options versus something like a traditional, Japanese steakhouse or sushi or the Chops Grill kind of style steakhouse. So again, you have like lamb Wellington, duck duo, you got some lobster, cauliflower steak. So a little bit more upscale, I would say here. But again, if you guys are looking for something like this, a nice little addition is what I would assume. But I have not personally tried it, so I can't totally recommend any of these, but I have heard very good things about all of them. Now there are two additional restaurants I want to show you, one of them being Giovanni's here. This is an Italian kitchen and wine bar, and you can see the little Vespa out front. Now again, you might miss this because this is on floor 12, kind of tucked away back here, and the other restaurants are all there in Central Park. There is one more we're going to show you here on floor 14 as well. But if you take a look, I mean, beautiful design here, really nice aesthetic. Again, this is more Italian now, so you get a little bit of a unique flavor profile across all of their restaurants. If that is something you're looking for. Also, again, having the wine bar is something fun. I feel like that's a big hit with a lot of people too. And finally, I want to show you the mason jar here, which is, again, a new addition. I don't think this is on Allure. I don't think Giovanni's was either. And again, you can see just the vibe and the environment in here. It gives you that southern charm. I mean, look at that. They have a swing out there by the windows that you guys can go hang out on. Even the seating there, really, really cool. So you're out in the middle of the ocean, but you're getting that southern feel. But again, this is the last one, so the mason jar, if you guys are looking for that. So those are your additional options, like I was saying. Now we are kind of keeping an eye on the weather right now, so the weather is starting to rain just a little bit. No big storms, but they did mention if the storms start picking up, we will not be able to do this. I want to show you guys, I just want to point this out. We are now in line for the Abyss, which is this giant slide. It's not a water slide. I thought it was at first, but it's a traditional slide. You kind of just sit down, ride this little I don't know, not a raft, almost like a towel thing all the way down, and it goes down multiple stories all the way down to the boardwalk, funny enough. So, but yeah, we're keeping an eye on the weather right now. You can see it is a little gloomy out here. So I am taking you guys down to check out the running track and the spa, something I want to talk about with that, but these are kind of fun. So these are kind of like seashells and kind of like aquatic based images. But do you notice that it's like Star Wars themed? That's kind of fun. Now something that really bummed me out, I'm going to talk about, is right in here. This is the Vitality at Sea. This is their spa and fitness center. We did a massage with them before. It was good. Really expensive for what it was. I wouldn't totally recommend spending that amount of money. It is nice and relaxing. I do think some other ships offer some better options for their spa centers. This one was okay. We didn't do the one on this boat, we did on Allure. But one thing I need to point out, let me show you. Walking in here on Allure, off to the right immediately, there was like the entire wellness, food and kind of smoothie section. They don't have that on this ship. So if you look at this. It's all just the wellness stuff. So I wasn't able to get a single smoothie. on this cruise. That was something I was looking forward to because with your refreshment package, normally, again, I'm pointing at a wall here of just like random products right now. They had like a smoothie bar. It kind of had like all like the juices and smoothies and everything. On Allure, they had it. I didn't realize it wasn't on all of their ships. So unfortunately, we don't have it on Utopia here. And that's okay, but I was really looking forward to it. That was one of the main reasons I bought the refreshment package. I don't drink a lot of alcohol. I love smoothies though. And I was like, well, I'll pick up a smoothie every single day, multiple times a day. They don't have it. So do keep that in mind. If you guys are going on these ships, you might want to look at what they do and don't offer. If there's something small that you're looking forward to, make sure it's on your ship because something as small as a little smoothie juice bar inside of the Vitality Spa here isn't here right now. So just a little thing to kind of note. Not every ship has everything that the other ones do, even if it's kind of a staple among that certain class. Now, the last thing I want to show you before we head over to dinner would be right here, which is the track. If you guys are looking to run around the track. Some of the older ships, I noticed that they would be kind of upstairs by like the pool. I think since they focus so heavily now, ooh, feel that breeze. I think they focus so heavily on all the entertainment in the pools upstairs that when it comes to the running track, now they keep it on this separate floor so people can kind of like run around and do what they want. Also, you can hear the waves crashing into the side of the ship right now because it is storming. I was unable to do the Abyss. I was hoping to be able to do it and I could not, unfortunately, but it's like we're cruising a little bit right now.
We're cruising on the cruise.
We are cruising on the cruise. Now, as you can see, we're kind of towards the end. Also, looks like they have ping pong over here. I didn't even see that before. Oh, and they also have shuffleboard. Look at that. How fun is that? So you've got ping pong, shuffleboard out here. But take a look behind us. The entire track goes way down there. So a very long track if you guys are interested in utilizing this 2 lanes here. And it circles around the ship kind of on both sides. I do think it is one direction though. So it looks like it is going counterclockwise. So you can see these arrows will point you around. And I'll show you a little bit here as we kind of navigate through. You can kind of see all these markers. So it looks like, wow, 5 miles. We're here. I think maybe that's if you continuously do it. So like 1 lap around and then up to like here is maybe a mile. Then I think you kind of go through. Is that how yeah.
4 laps a mile.
There you go. It's very windy here, so I won't keep you guys out here too long. But 1 lap is right under 2,200 feet. So if you guys want to do 5 miles, 12 laps. So a pretty big ship nonetheless. I mean, 5 miles and 12 laps, it really isn't too bad. There is a little port here, which I believe should be to the fitness center up here. But yeah, as you can see, you come up and there you go. There's all of your fitness equipment up here. Now this is a pretty nice gym. They've got little mini studios over here. You've got a decent amount of equipment. It looks like they have some free weights and some machines. And then obviously some of your kind of ellipticals and things like that. All of them would be over here. As you can see, some kind of like elliptical like I was mentioning. You've got kind of like the bike style. You've got just your normal treadmills. And it's cool, you can actually look out over the water there as you are running. And then your Stairmasters over there. And again, a decent amount of equipment, especially if you look at a cruise as kind of a floating hotel. Typically hotels don't have very nice equipment, or at least not too much. So this is pretty good to have a nice sized gym for a floating hotel. We have some lounge areas down here. I don't know if this is my #1 lounge spot. We also have the starting line here. If you guys were to start sprinting down this way, and there's your 5 mile mark right there. So almost exactly 12 laps. Well, after showing you all of the fun dining options and everything that is going on around the ship, it is now time for us to come eat our final dinner. We have the Bon Voyage dinner, and here are the chef's recommendations. Nicole loves the braised lamb. That was her favorite thing we had on Allure, so I think she's probably going to get it again. But you can see all of our options here looking pretty good. We have a little tapas medley also for a chef's recommendation. Very unique. Another dark chocolate brownie. Sounds kind of fun there. A trifle, black forest tart for dessert. Looking pretty good. Another kind of Indian dish over here. I've been liking them. This also is a spicy coconut masala sauce. I feel like I've got to try that. But also a grilled steak. I mean, can you not get a marinated strip? You know? I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Either way, final dinner, Bon Voyage. Let's head on in. We are making this walk one last time around the corner.
Correct.
How have you felt about the first 2 nights? Because I've liked my dishes. Have you liked either of them really that much?
So the first night, I got the prime rib, and I didn't totally love it. And then last night I got the pesto, I didn't totally love it, but I know that I like the lamb, so I'm hoping I'm gonna love tonight. So I also think like the first night, I wasn't feeling super well, and that was kind of on me a little bit, but I'm excited for tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, that kind of stinks. I have liked my dinners, thankfully. I will say some of the food around the boat has been mediocre in some situations. Also, our bread has come out. This is our favorite, I think. It's got like a little onion to it. But I have liked my dinner so far, so we are trying to hit that little trifecta tonight if all things go well. Well, I did the French onion soup. The cheese is a little thick, kind of hard to get part of the soup itself. It is very flavorful, but unfortunately didn't get a lot of cheese, but I am really liking the flavor, very strong flavor. How did you like your kind of, what is it, like a Greek tapas dish?
Tapas medley, yeah. I thought it was good. You get a little bit of hummus, a little bit of tzatziki, a little like Greek salad mixture, and some pita bread. It's really good, and I like Greek food, which we don't have often, so I enjoyed this meal a lot.
They have just delivered our entrees here, and Nicole got that lamb again. Hopefully it is great. I know she loved it. I did end up going with both dishes. I've just been loving these Indian dishes, so we're gonna do this chicken here, and I went with that chimichurri steak, so we'll just go ahead and split the steak. Wow, already going in, first bite.
First bite.
Taste it up. Is it as good as it was before? I really hope so.
It absolutely is, yeah. I think it's like the best thing that we've had on the boat both times.
Now, I am somebody that likes my steak medium. I get it. Some people would say that's overcooked. And this looks to be about a medium rare to rare. And unfortunately, I don't like it like that. I did try a little bit. The flavor is fantastic, but the cook style is just not it for me. So I think I got to see if I can get a change there. I know a lot of you guys probably are like, you are crazy, but I did eat most of this Indian dish again, this chicken. Oh, it was so good. It's like a coconut masala thing. I don't know. It's super good. I've liked all three of the Indian dishes, but like I said, that steak was really good. It just wasn't cooked the way that I'd like. I just don't like it that way, unfortunately.
Ladies and gentlemen, appreciation for dinner. Your dining room waste. I'll be parading around the dining room for you for the very last time.
Oh, another parade. Well, we finished up. My dessert was pretty good. Nicole's was interesting. I'm used to like trifles being kind of more cakey, but I guess it's a trifle cake when they say that. This just said trifle, so maybe a normal trifle doesn't have a cake.
What was that layer though?
I don't know. It's like a weird like custardy layer followed by kind of like a juice layer. A little weird. Mine wasn't too bad, but you know what? I feel like every dessert I've had recently and on this cruise has just been too sweet. So I think I need to make a baking line that is like less sweet desserts. You know? Something that's just like not super sweet. I need to invent that. Or maybe there's something out there already like that and I can just buy from it.
We're gonna invent it.
Well, we are approaching, unfortunately, the end of our cruise here very soon. So I need to show you guys a few more things. We're gonna go check out the casino. We do have an adult comedy show here in just about an hour. And we do want to still check out the Pesky Parrot, that new bar over there. So let's go take a look at the casino. And one thing I do want to point out is just like the last ship, this one does have a non-smoking section. It is much, much smaller right over here. So you can see Studio B here, and then right to the right of it, there is Casino Royale. All right, we have made it in. A pretty decent sized casino, by the way. We did gamble on our last one. We won pretty big, but they have table games, they've got slots, a little bit of everything here. And they're also playing any of the sports games if you guys are looking for that. I always love walking around and trying to see if anybody's winning it big. Try and root them on, you know. It looks like somebody's winning right over here. Now, much like any casino, there are different minimums. So, for example, the roulette table over there is 10. It is 20 over here. I see $10, $20, and like up for things like blackjack. So if you guys are looking to play, make sure you guys kind of go scope things out before we actually head out over to the comedy show and again the Pesky Parrot. Right here you can see this is Utopia Station. This is their very unique dining for the Royal Railway right here. So it's right inside these doors and it is kind of an entire show. You go through and you're on this like railroad and There's like bandits and things that are coming about. It is very hard to get this reservation. Starting in January of next year, you will be able to book this in advance. But right now, the only way to book it is when you get on the cruise. You have to go to like guest services and ask to reserve. So if you guys are basically doing any cruising between now and the end of December 2024, you cannot book this ahead of time. You have to do it on the cruise itself. Like I said, it looks amazing. I've seen some videos. It's pretty exclusive to kind of actually get in there. It's pretty hard to get reservations for it, but I think it is definitely well worth it. I've heard all the food and drinks are amazing, and the entire show is just a blast. Again, we did not get it on this one. You can join a waiting list, but it is pretty dang exclusive right behind these doors here. You can always tell you're close too, because in between floors, they have this giant like blueprint and this art mural of a train, so you know that you are close. Well, before we head over to the comedy show, we're gonna go ahead and grab a drink here at the Pesky Parrot. I know that this is exclusive for this ship, at least from Allure. I know that Allure does not have this, so let's go ahead and get a fun little drink with some island vibes. Definitely some fun island vibes in here. I mean, just look at the way everything is designed. I don't know what's up with the dollar bills up there. I don't know if some like famous people autographed them or what, but you can even see the decorations on the wall back there. Look pretty fun and interesting for sure. I can show you guys the menu. The menus even look a little unique. So they're kind of like spiralized here, and you can see all of their items down here. I think this is all of them. We kind of already looked through, so we know what we're getting. I think we're doing the Taste of Tropics here, which is a Bacardi Superior Rum, pineapple, tropical juices, and blood orange sour. Looks like we have some bikinis over here. I bet you we could probably even sit on these stumps. And here is the bird. It's a fake bird here, but it does look real, doesn't it? It's an animatronic bird here. Look at this thing. All right, we're gonna head over to the couch over here. Looks like some like CGI AI things going on. You see how, like, yeah, or the Sims, that's even better. So it's getting a little loud in there, but I wanted to give this a review. This is a very good drink. I typically don't really love alcoholic drinks. I think sometimes the alcohol takes away, but there is a lot of good flavor in this. Could you take the alcohol out and still have a good drink? Absolutely. But this is really well done. I think everything blends well together. That is a top alcoholic drink, I think, in my opinion. How did you like that?
I really liked it. I didn't realize it was frozen going into it, which makes it 10 times better in my opinion. I really like the blood orange, so like the sour from that is great, and you get those tropical flavors, and the rum just goes perfect with it. Very refreshing.
Absolutely. I can definitely recommend this, and it's a fun little bar in there. It is a little loud right now. I don't know if it's just the music, the acoustics, or whatever, but the Pesky Parrot, definitely a hit, and I can see myself spending more time in there. Unfortunately, we don't have too much time left on this ship. Speaking of, we need to head over to the comedy show. That is our last show for our cruise here on Utopia. We have made it over here to the adult comedy show. Last time we witnessed this was on Allure. Obviously, I think it's different comedians, different material, everything like that, but it was so funny. It was awesome. A little short, but I really liked it. But I do want to point out, in this Royal Theater, up top, along like the railing there, it's very hard to see. I'm taller, I'm about 6 foot tall, and I couldn't see over the railing. So if you have the front row, you can't really see the stage very well. And there's another one in this middle like section. So I would just be careful when you're finding seating. I would probably avoid those front rows with the railing. It was just too hard to see. We have a pretty good spot here right now. It's about my view, what I'm seeing. So definitely a lot better, I think, if you're kind of on the main floor. We need to finish packing, but very quickly I want to talk about the comedy show. We are back in the room, by the way. I have to show you something crazy with all the waves. I've been talking about them all week. You can actually kind of see it in our room here. But the comedy was good. For the first time in a while, I feel like the opening act really was a lot better than the second act. I feel like typically they put kind of like the warm-up comedian first, and then the second act kind of is supposed to be like the big powerhouse. I didn't think the second one was very good. There's two of them. The first guy was hilarious. I thought he did a great job. A lot of good jokes there. The second guy had a few good kind of like one-liners.
And then it kind of was a little bit meh to me, but still a good show overall. I do think, like I said, the first guy, I think his name was Tyrone Hawkins, I think was his name, was really good. I think the second guy was Steve. I don't remember. But yeah, definitely Tyrone was hilarious. But either way, I want to show you one thing here before we kind of wrap up, go to bed. So I've been talking about how much the boat is rocking all week, right? So if you look at our door here, this is the door just like open. See how it's just moving? And like I can feel the waves just like pushing left and right. You can see even the hangers in there. They're bouncing around. And no, we don't have a ghost in here. It's just how crazy swaying the boat is right now. So like it's swaying right. I can feel it. We're going back left. Let's see. Yeah, that was a hard one. Bounced off the edge, going back right. I can feel it. Yep, there we go. That's a pretty heavy one. Oh, going back left. No, kind of floating. Oh, there we go. Left. Yep, feeling it. And there it is. It's crazy. It's been like this the entire time. This has definitely been the bumpiest and kind of just waviest like cruise I have ever been on. It hasn't stopped since we took off. I don't know if it's because we have the storms brewing. You know, we have now the tropical depression or potential Hurricane Milton headed right towards Florida. So hopefully we have no issues with that. But it's kind of crazy. I have not experienced this in a while. Typically you'll get like 1 day, maybe 2 days of it. But to have it every single day, just hardcore, just doing this the whole time, pretty wild. Now that being said, we need to finish packing. We're pretty close to being done. But then, like I said, yeah, we have an early morning. All right, it is debarkation day. We are just kind of putting everything away in our bags here, and then we got to get off of this ship. They have made announcements every like 3 minutes that we got to go. All right, we are now getting off of the ship. It is raining right now as we are preparing for potential Hurricane Milton. The weather you'd think you'd be back to in Florida. One thing I need to point out as we are leaving, if you have a passport, you can do this side on the left. This is way shorter. If you only have like a birth certificate, you've got to go on that really long line to the right. I see people messing that up all of the time. Wow, I lied. You don't even need your passport. It was facial recognition. It took us all of about 3 seconds to do that. So let's go to our car. Oh, all right, we're all loaded up. The end of the cruise is here. How did you like it?
I liked it. I definitely like the longer ones, but it's because I want a vacation for longer. But
Oh no!
Oh no!
Drop the water bottle.
Oh, I need a new one.
Oh boy.
I definitely like the longer ones just because I want a vacation for longer. But overall, I really do like the boat. I think it was very, very, very similar to Allure. So I don't think we were like getting any really new like layout or a new feel. But the new shows were good, and we had a great time this weekend. Weather was beautiful, and it was a lot of fun. So love it always.
Definitely do agree on that. Yeah, we have some kind of nasty weather we are coming back to here. It looks like I said, I think this is kind of this Hurricane Milton thing that is developing, is making its way here onto land over the next few days. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I do think there are a lot of differences. We'll cover all of that in like the next video that we talk about cruising. We're going to talk all about, you know, Allure versus this one, kind of what we think about it, kind of the overall consensus and everything. But that'll be, you know, in a future video here, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But yeah, I like it. So either way, thank you for hanging out with us on the world's biggest weekend, as we kept hearing today. We'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.